Jake, in June of 2022, this show did a full 2-hour program on his cognitive decline.
I heard it.
It was. I know we want to pretend. I'm mentioning the Wall Street Journal as a courtesy, but those of us on this side of the aisle had been reporting in depth on his multiple problems and the obvious lies we were being told for years. For years. You really want the audience to believe you were fooled?
I'm not saying I was fooled. I'm saying we all saw these moments before the camera, and they were obviously concerning, and he was obviously aging, and that was significant. But
so
the
what
people
did you
at
do
the White
to get
House,
to the bottom of it?
I'm trying to answer the question. But so the people at the White House, when I would call, when others would call, when Alex would call, would lie. He's fine. He's fine. You'd call Democrats and say, what are you seeing behind the scenes here? Because this is concerning. He's fine. He's fine. This is just a moment. He's 79. He's 80. He has moments like that, but he's fine. His decision-making's fine. They're still saying that. They're still saying that. And let me defend Annie and Siobhan there for a second, because you just said that their Wall Street Journal story just scratched the surface. They got what they could get in June 2024. And I went back, and Alex and I went back to report some of the same things that they reported on. For example, there was a meeting in the White House about Ukraine funding in January 2024. And we were able to get people to say things as a Democratic member of Congress that, I don't know who Annie and Siobhan's sources are, but they were not able to get them to do that. I assume that, they had dozens of sources for that article, but not one of the Democrats that they talked to would even talk on background. It is a complicated thing to try to get to.
But your commentary on your show, yes, I'm going to bring you in. But your commentary on your show, Jake, consistently ran in one direction. Occasionally, you would ask some tough questions.
That's true.
I mean, here you are in September 2023 saying that Biden was sharp mentally. September of 2023.
Hold on.
You said he's sharp mentally. I think the question is physically, right? He's sharp mentally. And then you pointed out that his opponent, Donald Trump, was only a couple of years younger than he was. There are many examples where you're doing that kind of coverage.
Okay, so let's be honest and full about what you're talking about.
There's no problem with honesty on this show. Where is the part where you say he's not sharp mentally, Frank? We've seen the following 10 examples in the past year. Never mind 3 years.
I've already said, I wish I had covered this more aggressively. Frank Foer had come to the show to talk about his book about President Biden. This was in September 2023. And I interviewed him about his book, and that was the end of that. Now, I suppose, in retrospect, I say again, I wish I had been more aggressive.